Hi Flosstube, my name is Becca and this is Sweet Shadow Girl getting her marshmallow. You have reached us on SamBrie Stitches. This is a channel about cross stitch and my cross stitch designing journey and sometimes other crafts. You can get down. She's a good girl. She has a vet appointment today, so we're doing this in between appointments. This is Flosstube number 127. And today is January 26th. If you are new here, I do have some new subscribers. I just want to thank you so much for giving me and my channel a chance. And my returning subscribers, thank you all so much. I appreciate all the love and support that I've received over the past couple of weeks. It has been a rough couple of weeks. It really, really has. Typically, I do my life updates at the beginning, but I'm starting to do them at the end now. So I will go over that stuff later. We just want to jump into all the goodness of stitching. So let's jump in. I actually have been organized. I don't do the stickers or anything like that, but Fat Quarter Shop had sent me like a planner. And so I have been keeping track for the past couple of weeks. I don't know who I am. Nothing fancy, sloppy writing, but enough to kind of, keep me somewhat organized. So I've been busy since the last Flosstube, but it's been 2 weeks. I've designed a new release that I'm going to show you. I have done a bunch of stitching. I've come up with a new plan for my husband's elk piece. I've decorated, and actually before we jump into kind of all of that, I'm going to include my winter display. It's just a small display that I do by the front door that is seasonal. I'm going to include that here. Okay, so this is my winter display area. It's just basically by our front door. So I'm just going to start down here on the bottom. Just have a couple snowman pieces. Underneath here, there's a lot of Rae Dunn. And then this is, I believe, a Leela's Studio pattern that I stitched. This might be a Lizzie Kate small. And that's the little Let It Snow area. And then right next to it, some cardinals. I know that's mostly Christmas, but I like to leave the cardinals out for winter. This is I can't ever remember. I think it's a Leela Studios as well. There's 2 books. And then it's a little Christmassy, but the snowman, you plug him in and he plays music and this goes around, but we don't plug him in up here. And then a tiered tray. Your cute little snowman. I can't remember who that's by, Little House Needleworks or Country Cottage. Some more Rae Dunn. Different owls and snowmen in here. Again, yes, it's a little Christmassy, but I still leave it out. And then this top section, a little bit of Rae Dunn, a little bit of snow. This is one of my favorite finishes that I've done. It's a snow globe that I think I got at Michael's. And there's that teeny tiny little snowman. That's a With Thy Needle and Thread. It's from her Snowballs book. And somehow I managed to fit all that inside the tiny little area. And then the sign from the Snowball book. So that's one of my favorite winter finishes. And then Winter Wonderland Rae Dunn. We recognize this. This is a Pete's Bee Skep scissor holder. But I use it as decor because I love the snowman. They actually started making this snowman because I had suggested it and asked for it, which was pretty cool. So I love him. This is a Rovaris pattern, a snowman. Fix him a little bit so you can see. Love it. This is a Little House Needleworks. I had it finished like on a door, but I just leave it there. I'm not a big fan of those. I never finished my other one. This is my dough bowl that my older daughter bought me for Mother's Day. This is a Lizzie Kate. And this is a Waxing Moon Designs. This is also a Waxing Moon Designs, the stacks. I need to stitch more of these. I love them. So that's this area. And then you go up. I believe that is a Brenda Gervais pattern. This, I think. I can't remember. I'm pretty terrible at that. M for our last name. Hands-on design. I finished that pillow. Love it. Little snowman hanging up there, some mittens. This is a Cherry Hill Stitchery pattern. I love Deanna's patterns so much. But there's Joy to the World. That's finished in a basket. And then up here, I managed to snag on clearance both of these Ray-Duns. They're very hard to find. Olaf. I mean, come on now. And then some more of my snowman that I got from Goodwill. And then my last piece is a Luminous Fiber Arts piece that I finished on bells that I got from Goodwill. And they even had this already. So, and I stitched that. So this is just my small little winter display. Very happy with it. Hope you enjoyed. So I hope you enjoyed the winter decor tour. It's a fairly small area. My holiday hutch and stuff, that's a bigger a bigger area. Sorry, I'm pretty sure I'm getting sick again. I have a little bit of a cold, nothing crazy. If you've been with me for a while, it's been a rough year. So just bear with me. I have my water, I have a cough, all that stuff. But yeah, so I finally was able to have the energy to get everything like put away and then redecorated. So I hope that you enjoyed the winter decor tour. So let's start off with my new release. I have something that I'm calling something like proverbs, quotes, and sayings or something like that. And right now they're just going to be PDFs in my Etsy shop. I don't know if I'll release them as paper patterns at all, or maybe next year at market, like a booklet of them. I don't know yet. We'll see how it goes. My first one is that. And they're fairly small. They're quick stitches. This is 20 count tephra from Cedar River Linen and Design. That is a tongue twister to say. Jody Trixie Tricycle is a good friend of mine, and she has launched a fabric dyeing endeavor, and her fabrics are amazing. One of my market releases is on tephra. So this says, "Only love gives us the taste of eternity," and it's a Jewish proverb. This I actually used Bee Stitch Me Sulks, but I used 2 strands, and I'm not sure why I did that. My brain has not been functioning properly, but I think it looks pretty even with that 2 strands, and that's 20 count. This is my design, so this is available in my Etsy shop. And actually, I've almost got the second one designed or stitched. I'm not going to show you it until it's finished, but I'll read you the proverb. "A good friend is like a 4-leaf clover, hard to find and lucky to have." And that's an Irish proverb. And so they'll be the same size, same fabric, different, throwing it, different silk colors, of course. This is the back. So they're just cute little pillows. I may add some trim down the line. I don't know. But I'm really enjoying this series, and hopefully y'all will like them. So that one, of course, this was geared more towards Valentine's Day. My next one will be geared towards more St. Patrick's Day, 4-leaf clover type of thing. But I don't know how often I'll release them. I do have a few proverbs chosen that just need to be charted and stitched. So we'll see how often I do them, but I think it'll be like a fun little series. if I can keep it up. I've been really, really busy prepping for market. Look, stray silk. I have about 35 patterns. 7 of them are going to be new releases for market. And I'm printing 75 to 100 copies of each one on my own. We have 2 printers and bagging them. It's taken up a lot of time, but I'm getting very close to the end. So that's exciting, but that takes up a lot of time. I have a finish to show you of my design, but a funny and irritating story. I released this chart back on Memorial Day. I did a Memorial Day video down by the water, and I showed you my little drum finish, and I was really, really happy with it. And I cannot find my model. I have tore the house apart the past few days. I have unpacked and packed I have big Costco totes that I have my decor in with my Rae Dunn, my seasonal decor and stuff, and my holiday. I have packed and unpacked that at least 3 times to see if it got in there, because it's small. It was a small, like that big, you know. I cannot find it. I'm so frustrated, and it's one of my patriotic designs. And then I went through my fabric because it was a Bee Stitch Me patriotic fabric. Well, I don't have any of that left. Messaged Brandy. She's not able to get it dyed for like a week or 2. That wouldn't give me enough time. And I'm like, what do I do? Because I want to bring this chart. So that took away from some other things, but I managed to stitch it up again. But this time I used camo, 18 count camo from Bee Stitch Me, and used the silks, and I'm going to attempt to finish it into a drum again. I got lucky with my first one because I don't know how I used a toilet paper roll, but I think I'm gonna watch Vonna Pfeiffer's tutorial. But it just says these colors don't run, and I just really like how it turned out. So this is in my Etsy shop now, but I will be redoing the cover photo and such, and the information, because obviously I had to change the model. So that has been a little bit of a stress, but it's done. I'm gonna get it FFO'd, and then we'll be all good to go. So all right, let's jump into my whips. I have also afterwards a couple of antique samplers to show. I have 2 more small ones on the way, but the UK is having postal problems, and so they're delayed. I'm not sure when I'll get them. I have an antique find. I have a little bit of haul, not very much, and then that's it. So, which is probably good because this might not be a very long one. Let's see, what did I work on? Let's see, maker and mender. So this is a stitch along that those of us that were in the, I can't remember now, there was a room, cocktails room, I think, at the Jingle Ball, and we called ourselves the Tipsy Bunny Stitchers. And so we made a Facebook group for those of us that hung out in the room. It was a lot of fun. Love the ladies. So we decided to do a sal together, and this is also my birthday sal. My birthday was on January 4th, so that's when I started this. It's the Maker and Mender by Brenda Gervais. Very, very, very pretty. Some of them are already finished. I am just taking my time. I'm not in any hurry. So by Floss Bling from Chris Yo as the Yoo Flies. It says Maker's Gonna Make. I thought that was kind of perfect for this sal. And this is on 20 count sand dollar. And then this is where I'm at. So it's a really, really pretty stitch. It really is. And I love the colors. I love how it's turning out. I'll be excited to frame it and get it up on my crafty wall. And it's inside this awesome Crafty Corey Stitches. Acorn and Threads exclusively has her bags. It has a handle, like it's just so pretty. She makes such awesome bags. And look at the little bling. So, love that bag. Love bags with handles and vinyl fronts. So I worked on that for 2 days, and then I pulled out a patriotic piece. Excuse me. And this is the Clustered Stars by Blackbird Designs. I believe this is out of print, so I apologize. All of the out of print charts I actually paid quite a bit for off of like eBay. So it's not like I had them, but they're ones that I really wanted. This was a Ladies Prim Society pattern for 2017 on there. And then I'm using the Called For Floss. And this was a gift from Chris. She made me a shadow floss bling. So isn't she adorable? My shadow girl is so photogenic. All right. And then this bag is from the Brass Button. But I had to get it because my husband's a retired Marine. It's got a handle and vinyl front, and I just love it. It's like one of my favorite bags. Love it, love it. And I think she has a signature for the Brass Button, and it's got a little button. So I thought that was really cute. And this is on 18 Count Sleep from Bee Stitch Me. And I'm getting close. So that's why I pulled this out. Look. Oh, just love it. So this sleeve, it looks lighter, I think, on my camera, but you guys usually see the true color. So the fabric is a little bit darker. But I'm loving how that is turning out. And then, so I worked on that for 2 nights. And then I worked on my new proverb that I read to you. And then I worked on Winter Wonderland. And Winter Wonderland is another out of print chart that I bought for quite a bit off of eBay. I've received messages on my out of print charts. I will most likely not be selling them or giving them away because both of my daughters stitch and my sister stitches. And I know my sister had her eye on this. So I will probably keep it in the family. But I got this off of eBay. And I mean, it is gorgeous. Gorgeous, gorgeous. And it's in a bag that was by, oh my gosh. I don't think she puts her name on there. And I know I'm terrible. Terrible, terrible. Oh, wait. It's down here. Handmade by Christine Slaughter. I knew that. I don't know why I couldn't remember her name. But I don't think she makes bags anymore. But look at that. Love it. My floss bling. Excuse me. Choose Joy. Called For Floss. Should be a little bit more of a wintry one, but I liked the Choose Joy. It just called to me. And I think this is on an XJU. This is on Dirty Linen. It's an 18 count from XJU Design. And that's where I'm at. There is a house in the middle. So I'm just trying to get done with all the other stuff, and then I will work on the house. But that's looking really good. I just love those geese on the squirrel. That's just such a cool pattern. So it was one that I could not pass up. So I stitched on that for 2 days. And then I restarted my patriotic piece after that, the one that I showed you, and worked on that for a couple of days. But then this morning I had an oil change appointment, and I pulled out Dear Daughter from Blackbird Designs. I've stitched this once for my older daughter, and now I'm stitching it again for my younger daughter. to hopefully have done by her graduation. She's actually graduating early, but she'll still get to walk in June. She's graduating like in March. She's like a rock star. So there's my floss bling, beautiful dreams. All the called for gentle art floss is very pretty. Looks messy. I'm not one of those, I don't know, floss petters, I guess. This is on 18 count Sandstorm from Bee Stitch Me. And so I am working on the vase in the middle. I got our initials and the year in, and then I got some of the vase filled in this morning. So I may work on this a little bit more if I have time today. I need to get some printing done. Shadow has a vet appointment. And I have to get taxes done. The state taxes. This is in a bag by Chris Yoo as the Yoo Flies. Beautiful, beautiful bag. I could not resist. I have quite a bit of bags, but I can't resist. All right. And then my final whip that I saved till the end. So this one, I had my husband figure out what I would need to do in order to have it finished by June 1st. Our 25th anniversary is June 30th. We have a very nice getaway planned, and I want to gift it to him framed at our getaway. So he figured out that I need 240 stitches a day on the elk. He has not got to see it since it hit 50%. I've been showing him progress up to 50% and then nothing. But I tell him when I hit certain percents and stuff, so it's just driving him crazy. But this is Elk Anthem by the First Lady of Cross Stitch. It is a full coverage. It has been like 5 years. I hated it at first. I did not want to stitch on it at all. And then my husband started talking about it and, you know, making jokes about it'll be finished and it'll just go on his gravestone and all this other stuff. So I could tell how badly he wanted it. And then he implemented a rule that when we went away to like the beach for a night or two, the only work in progress that I could bring were the elk. So like, you know how badly he wanted it if he did something like that. So I am proud to say that since the last Flosstube update, so it's been 2 weeks, and we figured this out on, I think the 14th is when he figured it out. So just a couple of days after my Flosstube video. I had done 3,815 stitches total since in 2 weeks. And so I have gone from probably, I mean, I ended the first day at 61.83. So I was probably about 61% when I first started keeping track. And I am now at 66.10%. Are you ready? I actually haven't really seen this in a couple of days. So I have a Tik Tok account that I'm not super active on. I think I just reached 250 followers, which was pretty cool. But I'm starting to do weekly TikTok videos of this. So I take a picture every night of my progress and then the final picture at the end. So I haven't seen this whole piece since I did the TikTok on the 21st. So it's been almost a week. So been 5 days. Here we go. I can't see. Oh my gosh. So I'm all the way over as far as it goes over here and then as low as it goes. And I've been working on filling all this in. Oh, look at it, y'all. Wow. Oh my gosh. Because, you know, I mean, we all stitch, so we know when we're stitching up close, it doesn't look like anything. But I mean, you can see all the plants in the video. Like, oh my gosh. Oh, he's gonna love this so much. Look at that. I'm sorry. It looks so different in the camera. And wow. Oh, he's gonna love it. I already have my next full coverage picked out. I did receive a kit from, I can't remember the company, but I linked them last time I showed them. But I think I might do a heaven and earth design instead. So I don't know. But I will be doing another full coverage. I don't know who I am, but I'm enjoying it. And this is gifted to me by a friend, but this is a Garon Totten bag. That's big enough to hold this with my big Q snap and all of the floss. There's so much floss. So those are all my whips, my finishes, and all that stuff. Okay, so a couple of antique samplers that I have received. I purchased one. The empty spot right here is where it's been hanging. This. Sorry for the reflection, and it came with glass. Ooh, stuff is falling. It's got two sayings, but look. They're like castles. She was 10 years old. Elise Sully was born May 26, 1765, and finished this piece February 28, 1775. And then it says Hern, which I think is where she's from. There is a little bit of eyelets. There's quite a bit of over one. I tend to fall in love with a lot of the over one samplers. So this one I want to chart, but the problem is, I don't think I want to take it out of the frame. You probably can't see it, but it's deteriorating. I don't know if you could see that. There's a lot of spots where the fabric is just completely just disappearing. So I definitely want to get it recharted. I may take the back off of it, so that I could see what's inside of it, but not until I'm ready to chart it will I do that. But look at that. Look at those birds. The little squirrels. I think the samplers with the squirrels, I think, is what I'm attracted to, because I charted Charlotte Schmidt, who had the two squirrels. I have this one that has squirrels. And then the one that I'm currently charting, that's going to take me a bajillion years to chart, because there's a lot of over one, is this one. And sorry, I don't think I have anything to put behind it. It's mounted on a board, and I don't think I want to take out these screws. Look like they're in there. I don't think I want to take those out just yet until maybe I have it reframed, because it is so very fragile. But that helps a little bit. So I posted this on Instagram, and my dilemma was this section here with all of the satin stitches. I could not for the life of me get that part charted. So for now, I've left it out. I have got this part charted. I just finished charting the eyelet tree. Look at that. And I've got this part charted. So I'm down here to the deer. I've got all of this. I need to do these over one birds. There's a lot of over one. There's a lot of eyelets. And look, squirrel, but there's a lot of birds. Like, this is stunning. The only thing that bugs me is that, which I didn't chart. But those birds are beautiful with the vines. Like, this is gorgeous. So I'm in the process of charting this. I'm actually going to Threadneedle Street with some friends tomorrow. A local stitcher, my friend Melissa. Erin, T. Martini Stitcher, and then Robin, Lady Robbins, and her friend Lynn are hopefully going to come too. And I am going to color match some silk. And I'm going to match from the back because the back is a lot more vibrant. The front is really pretty too, but I don't know. I think like the back, like look at this tree. Do you see how dark green it is on the back, right? And then the front, it's a lot more muted. It's just quite faded. And this is Eliza Fisher. She was 7 years old. 7 years old, y'all. Stitch this. 7. I'm going to model stitch this, so it'll probably take me forever. I think I have a fabric in mind, but I'm not going to say just yet, just in case I change. But it says, this work in hand my friends may have when I am dead and in my grave. 1803 of our Lord. I mean, so this is my current whip. I love also how she ran out of floss. I just finished stitching one that's a Nashville release that the little girl ran out of floss, and so she did a couple X's in one of the leaves in the color and then finished it with a new color. I love how, you know, they're like, you know what, I don't have time to get more floss, so I'm just gonna go with a different color. I just love it. This whole wall, and I have a big quilt ladder, and it's all filled with antique samplers. I am obsessed, and I'm glad that I obtained all of these prior to what happened to me on Friday the 20th. But I will talk about that in my life update. But very excited about that. So let me know what you think about leaving the satin stitch part out. I tried and tried and tried. I could, you know, try to do it as close as I possibly can. But I think it looks really pretty with it out. I'm leaving everything else in. It's just that one section is just so wonky that I was struggling with that. And people suggested making one that's Ada friendly too. I don't know, because there's so much. I guess the eyelet stitches I could turn into Smyrna crosses, but the over one, there's a lot of over one in the animal, so I'd have to see. So I might do like an adaptation that's probably smaller for the Ada stitchers. We'll see. So those are my antique samplers, my antique find. So as you saw at the beginning, I always do adventure pictures if I have some. My husband has every other Monday off, and we typically will go on an adventure together. I live for those days. And I typically bring stitching with me, and then it has to be put away when we reach, you know, like our off-roading destination or something. But if we're on the freeways, I stitch. But we decided to not go too far, and we went to Port Townsend and just walked around, you know, went to the candy shop, just sat by the water for a little bit. It was really cold. And then my husband, who never goes with me antiquing, took me to the antique store that is there in Port Townsend. And actually he enjoyed walking around and looking, and he ended up buying me this, y'all. I'm gonna see how I can show this. Okay, it smells really old. So it is a sewing case. Look at that. Look at that. Okay, so let me put this down. Let me put this down here, and I'll show you what's in it. It's gonna block me a little bit. Well, we'll go like this. Okay, so, oh, it smells kind of bad though. So you saw that this whole part here has the spool, and then there's some loose spools, and down here is where you can stick your pins in. There's a couple pins right here that are stuck in there. But the cool thing was, oh, it needs to air out. Look at this. We do a strawberry. Okay. Look at this little strawberry. It is definitely old because you can see that it, there you go. Look at that. How adorable is that? Ugh. I love it. I seriously, we bought it just because I kept saying, look at this willow strawberry. But it came with some like really old needles. And yeah, there's like tons of old needles. Gold eye sharps. There's one's poking through. So there's quite a few old needles in here. What I thought was really cool are these button jars. Like they just twist into place. And you have some buttons in there. Now I can't get it back into the thing because I'm in an awkward spot. But so there's that. And then of course there's some more spools over on this side that they can, go on. And then there's a little shelf. This was not planned very well. I apologize. So there's a little shelf here on the bottom. And there's just like an old plastic thimble, old buttons. More needles, whole bunch more needles, and these really cool, look at these needle books. And then this needle book. And like, look at this. I mean, it's just the coolest thing. So this is just going to go in a display, in my window area that I'm trying to get together. I think I'll work more on my craft room after market. Market is priority right now. But this was a good find. And I don't know what these are for. Does anybody know what these are for? They're like little hangy things on the top. But I love this. No antique samplers, but I got this, which is the coolest thing ever. So that was my antique finds. I'm going to scooch forward a little bit. So I wanted to talk about a stand that I purchased. Now, I had a tablet stand, and I'm not going to say who I had bought it from. I loved it, but it broke, and I reached out to them, and they said, send it back, we'll fix it. And I was like, awesome, appreciate it so much. So I sent it back. They had it for a while, fixed it, sent it back to me, and it broke again in the same spot, unfortunately. And they have since come out with, I guess, a different type, but I decided to go with something that will work for market for me, but also for retreats. That's kind of an all-in-one. And so I was searching Etsy and found quite a few things, but I decided to go with this Etsy shop called WoodPresents. And I'll link them down below. And they have a whole bunch of different types of stands. Originally, I had ordered one that was in the shape of a heart, and you just put your iPad in there. And then I kept looking, and then I emailed them. I'm like, can I actually cancel that one? I ordered a different one from y'all. And they were great with that. And so what I did is I ended up ordering this. And you have the option to pay a little bit more to have it customized. Of course, I'm going to put my name in there because I'm going to take it to retreats. So this is SamBrie Stitches. You get to choose your wood. It is very sturdy. It is very sturdy. And it smells really good. The bottom has little, I don't know what you call them, little squishy things. Kind of grippy. Very well made. Very well made. So I posted this on Instagram and I had quite a few questions. And so I want to talk about it. This can fit a very, very large iPad. I have an iPad Air, which is 10.9 inches. and you can see that it fits in there perfectly. So even if you had, I think the 12.9 iPad Pro would fit in here. And then I'm going to put business cards, and then, you know, my scissors and whatever else in here. Like, you have all the spots in here, and it's flat and it's sturdy. Like, you can put your orts in here, like whatever you want. And this is not a paid advertising or anything. I happened to find them. I paid regular price for them. They're on Instagram as well. They commented on my post, and I am in love with this. Like I said, different wood colors. There's different layouts. They have all sorts of trays. So I love this so much. I'm excited to take it with me. It'll fit perfectly in like suitcases because it's so flat. The only thing that bothers me is I stitch using my iPad, and I also watch YouTube. And the only problem that I have is if you put it all the way down, it's flat. It's like flush. I like it to kind of lean a little bit. So you have to, like, it'll do it if it's sitting down. So if you like it to lean a little bit, you just kind of have to play with it a bit, like there, to get it to lean. But that's the only thing, you know, not that big of a deal. If you use it upright, it sits. I just don't use it upright because I use split screen. But yeah, like, you know, I love it. I'm very happy with my purchase. Like I said, they have great customer service, so definitely happy with that stand. And I don't think it'll break. Like, it's pretty sturdy. I don't think I can break it. Okay. So I was looking for finishing fabric for my Proverbs release. I was at Joann's, and y'all, I don't know what the heck I'm going to do with this, but I bought this because it's Bigfoot. I mean, it's Bigfoot. Bigfoot skiing in winter. I don't know. But then somebody else was having this cut, and of course I had to buy some. Again, I don't know what I'm going to do with it, but it's a Yeti. Why do I buy fabric that I don't know what I'm going to do with? I don't know, but it's Yeti and Bigfoot, and y'all know how obsessed I am with that, so had to do that. I got my floss fix from Fat Quarter Shop, and I'm very excited. So what they've done is they've started from the very beginning with Classic Colorworks. Instead of doing the color groups that they used to do, they are now starting from A. So it's 12 grain and then some A's. So that way you'll be able to get a full set. I think they're full now, but you might be able to get on the wait list. So the floss fix, I'm very excited for this. Although I have a ton of Classic Colorworks, but I am not quitting it yet. I did receive a very nice card from Annie, the Proper Stitcher, for New Year's. I've never received a New Year's card, so that was pretty cool. And speaking of Annie the Proper Stitcher, I made a new friend, and I subscribed to a new YouTube channel, and I've already done an interview for February with her. Artie, the Vintage Stitcher, had, I guess, reached out to Annie for some advice, you know, because she wants to grow her channel. And Annie referred her to me for an interview, which was pretty cool. And Artie's channel is actually, she has more subscribers than I do. I've been pretty stagnant, and I'm not sure why. It's kind of frustrating because I want to grow my channel too, but I enjoy it still. And so we've become friends, and Artie's hosting a retreat, I believe in May, up in Michigan Upper Peninsula. I don't know if I'll be able to make it because of recent events, but You should go subscribe to her. She's got some big plans for her channel. It's pretty cool. And the interview will come out in February. And also the camping stitcher, Chris, is another friend of mine, and she's getting very close to 2,000 subscribers. And there's been some posts on Instagram trying to help her boost her subscribers. So if you all haven't checked out that interview, I also interviewed her. But if you go over and give her channel some love and let's help her reach another milestone, that'd be awesome. And of course, I did an interview with Carolina Cross Stitcher and Pete's Bee Skeps. Peter and Kathy are absolutely amazing. You should go check out their most recent video because they have some huge news that goes along with our collaboration. Yeah, so definitely go check them out when it comes to that. Another piece of haul, and this is going to kind of segue a little bit into life updates. So I kind of ripped it, but I love the packaging. I ordered from Under the Woolen Willow, and she always sends what I love these. I think Colleen from Stitching with the Sisterlies, they call these pasties. I'm going to go see Colleen. I'm so excited. I love her to death. She is making me, she surprised me, but I think she said I ruined the surprise or something. I don't know. But she's making me, or she made me a Bigfoot quilt and a Bigfoot pillow. And I'm going to go hang out with her, and I'm so excited to see her. So this just made me think of her. I mean, I think of her all the time because I love her. I'm her like her adopted child. Yeah. But I ordered from Under the Woolen Willow. And this actually arrived on a day where I really needed it. So I'm going to get emotional, and I apologize already. Okay. Shadow's snoring. Sorry, she's sleeping on her little dog bed that we got her down here in the craft room so she can hang out with me. Okay, so life update. Really wasn't much that had happened. You know, Darren had a couple of Mondays off there was, I don't know, he was off for something and then he was off again. I don't remember for what. And he also took Tuesday off this week to spend time with me as well. But this package arrived on the 20th. And the 20th was a Friday. And Fridays I typically will leave about a half hour-ish early before going into work to, you know, go get my coffee from Starbucks. And on the literally like 2 or 3 minute drive that from my house to the Starbucks, I was at the stoplight, and I received a text message, or I checked my text messages for work at the stoplight, and it was my manager, you know, asking me to give her a call. She wanted to try to catch me before heading into work. So I was like, okay. So I called her and put it on speakerphone, and she goes, are you on your way to work? And I was like, well, actually, I'm just heading into the Starbucks to get coffee and then heading into work. What's up? She's like, well, you may want to park. So I was like, okay. I'm almost to the parking lot. Literally had to make, you know, the U-turn and go in and park. And I thought something had happened to one of my leads that I'm close friends with. I've known one of the leads, my current lead, for the 10 years that I've been in the store. So I was worried something happened to one of them. And then my manager started crying as she started reading me the script that she had to read me. And I was let go from my job of 5 years. And actually, I had been inside that same store for over 10 years. That was unexpected. Whew. And I'm still obviously emotional because it happened so quickly. And they said it was because of restructuring. My store just didn't pull enough revenue, apparently, even though my numbers were absolutely in the top 3 all the time. But restructuring. But the thing was, I was immediately relieved of work duties. I didn't have to go into the store. I was removed from everything, so I didn't get to say goodbye to my work team, either for the company. Most of you know who I work for, but as of now, I'm not going to say in this video, but I didn't get to say goodbye to that team or the team that the store that I was in helping, which I live 5 minutes from there, so I can go say goodbye to them. They're my work children. I'm known as the I'm known as the work mom there. So it's a little heartbreaking. But the company is taking care of me, which is pretty cool. It's not like a lot of companies, and I don't know if I can talk about it, but let's just say I wasn't left high and dry, which is nice. So I'm no longer working, which I guess is good because I can focus on my designing. Things might be tough for a little while, financial wise, but we'll make it do. But sorry. But anyways, this arrived the same day, and actually the afternoon of that day that I got the phone call, my 5-year award arrived from the company. Because my 5-year anniversary is like February 7th or something, and I'm still technically an employee for a couple months. So that same day, I got the call from my manager, and those of you, there were so much love and support on Instagram, but those of you that were wondering about the phone call part, my manager is actually 3+ hours from me, and so she had apparently found out the night before, so she couldn't make it to me because I start work at 9, and she can't leave work, or she can't leave her home at 5:36 in the morning or whatever. So she had to call me. So it's not, and she was heartbroken. Part of me wonders if it was because I'm on the work accommodation. I'll never know, but so my 5-year award arrived. I got phone calls from both of my leads. I got a phone call from the GM of the store that I was in. I was crying all day. Whenever I talk about it, I cry. And I know it's not my work performance. It was just, corporate said that there's not enough to have the store covered, I guess. I don't know. Anyways, so I got the award, and then this package arrived. And I had ordered from Under the Woolen Willow my word of the year a little while ago. And my word of the year was balance. And Michelle just made a wonderful pillow. And she, it says 2023, there's a little heart. And then she even put a card that said, word of the year 2023, word, balance, definition, and even distribution. The reason I chose balance was I was feeling a little bit overwhelmed and anxious. And honestly, I have not had a good night's sleep since the 20th. I am extremely exhausted. I had chose balance because even though I was only working half days, for my job on the weekends. It was trying to figure out, okay, work and then my designing, but then I still want to finish other projects like my husband's elk and the pieces that I'm doing for my daughter, and I still want to see my friends and get together. And you know, I wanted to go to these retreats, which I probably won't be going to retreats, except for the ones that I've paid for already. We'll see how market goes. But balance was something that I felt I needed. And funny that it arrived on the day that I had lost my job. So, you know, now I have the weekends to focus a little bit more on my stitching. It was just, the timing was crazy of the phone call and then my 5-year award and then the package that I had ordered from Under the Woolen Willow. But this is going to go up here. I got to put together my little display. And I also ordered some more strawberries because I just love her strawberries. I have a few, but I got these. I got 2 of these. So she does beautiful work. I mean, everybody shows her stuff in the videos. So thank you for the impeccable timing on that one. And I'll definitely link her down below. And also, she also has a retreat. Wow, I didn't even realize that, coming up October 4th through the 6th in Rochester, New York. It's a really big retreat, so you may want to go check out Hobby House Needleworks, who also carries my my newer charts. The Yeti sampler has been pretty popular there, so it's pretty cool. Hopefully someday I'll get to go visit. My last piece of haul was a spur of the moment purchase because I was losing, you know, my job, and I wanted to use my really good discount, and so I traded in my previous MacBook and got a new 14-inch MacBook Pro. So this was kind of I ordered it basically the day that I found out, and I got a really good deal on it after the trade-in, and so that'll be better for designing and that kind of stuff. So I purchased that, so that'll get me through a few years. The last thing that I wanted to talk about were my new releases that I showed you all. I am actually going to try and get those up in the Etsy shop. The shops that carry my paper charts have had them for about 3 weeks, so I think I can put them in my Etsy shop. Carolina Cross Stitcher, the Pete's Bee Skeps on Etsy, they have this spool listed as Becca's spool, which is so cool. And if it's not listed, that means it's sold out, and you can contact them. And Becca's spool fits a 20 or 40 count fabric that for Charlotte Hatch, which the PDF will be going up hopefully within the next couple of days in my Etsy shop. And then also Luck will be going up. This is now I know I said it's my final holiday series, and then a couple of people were like, no, you should do Mother's Day and Father's Day and President's Day and that kind of stuff. So I will keep that in mind. I don't know if I have time this year to do it because I'm doing a seasonal one. My seasonal first one comes out at market for Bigfoot, but I like that idea, and I may, if I have time, get something. And then there's this one, and this was actually featured in the Acorns and Threads newsletter. This is Memoirs of a Family. I showed it before. This is based on my family, mine and my husband's. I put all of the information on the back of the chart about each motif and why I designed it. But I love I think this is 18 count, but I use 18 or 20 count Coffee Club from Bee Stitch Me. And then I just use her black and white silks. And I love the look of the black and white silks on this fabric. So this is a second design that I've done in this combo. So those hopefully will be in my Etsy shop over the next couple of days. I really appreciate all of the love and support with my designs. I hope that market goes well. I'm really nervous. I will be doing a market video probably within the first week of February. I'm waiting for my daughter to get finished with my model. She says she'll be finished hopefully by this weekend. And then I'm going to Colleen's and she's going to help me FFO it into like a wall hanging of some sort because I don't have time to get it framed. But it's something that I definitely wanted released at market. So once I have that and Megan, the Frozen Crafter, model stitched for me, and I think that's in the mail. Once I get those finished, I will start doing sneak peeks and do a video with no crying. So I just want to say that I appreciate each and every one of you so much. All the love and support that I've received has been amazing. Thank you for the love of my Yeti sampler. That seems to be the constant thing that is selling on Etsy right now, is my Yeti sampler. So I appreciate that. If you've not checked out my Etsy shop, I would greatly appreciate it. Now that is my main source of income, is going to be designing. So that'll be my only source of income. And I would love to grow this channel as well. Artie, the vintage stitcher, is giving me some tips and tricks and such. So this community is so helpful. Janine from Acorns and Threads and Janine McGowan from the Blue Flower, those two ladies have helped me so like immensely with market prep. I cannot thank them enough for what they have done for me. So I am going to get this all cleaned up. I got to get Shadow to her vet appointment and try to get this uploaded. And we're just about at an hour, a little over an hour. So I'm sorry for the emotional breakdown. Other than that, I don't think there was too much that has happened during the week. I did not talk about it in my last video, but my Aunt Eileen did pass away at the end of December. I did post that on social media. Again, I'm not going to go too much into details. It is on my Instagram because I am an emotional person. I'll start crying again. But I didn't mention that because I didn't want to be emotional, but I am an open book for you all. I don't really hide anything. I try to be true to who I am. So that's me. Anyways, before I start crying again, I'm gonna let y'all go. I hope you have an amazing couple of weeks. And until I see you again all, happy stitching, and I love each and every one of you.